Hello, this is Guy Gottslack, president of My Digital Money.
Hey, this is Wesley Huber, crypto analyst at My Digital Money.
Yeah, this is actually, when you asked me about some tokenization use cases in the past, real estate was my number one. But yeah, so essentially NFTs can be used for more than art. You can actually represent ownership of real world physical assets, homes being one. And so you can issue an NFT for a particular house. Let's say this beautiful house that we're in right now. You can issue NFT for that house, and you could say, hey, we're gonna have 10,000 tokens for this NFT. And so then you could essentially have fractional ownership. You can have multiple people owning the house. And the beautiful part of it is that you don't need to go through this whole lengthy escrow process. You can just issue those tokens, and then anyone with an internet connection can go and buy those tokens. And so you can have 10 owners, you can have 100 owners. And so that's kind of the nice thing about it, is you can have fractional ownership, and it's much more efficient, like when you're buying and selling your ownership. So, and then the other advantage of these NFTs, other than fractionalized ownership, is mortgages. So, if you wanted to borrow money and you had these NFT tokens, you can put that as collateral fairly easily, and then you can have cash to spend and without giving up your ownership, right? You could also sell it. You could sell but then you're not going to earn interest, right? So if there's like rental income coming in, you can receive a fraction of that according to your ownership. But if you need money now, you can also get money and still benefit from having that ownership. So that's the other advantage.
Yeah, so some other points as well is the liquidity pool would be much larger. Adding global players to the game essentially makes a very illiquid asset liquid now. Then also cutting costs of the product itself by adding these types of fractionalized shares allows for more diversity when people coming to invest. And also with the standardized contracts and the smart contracts is also cutting costs on the back end when you use middlemen to kind of draw up contracts and stuff like that. This is all going to be standardized on the blockchain. So the overall cost is going to be cut in terms of purchasing and selling of real estate assets.
Yeah, I agree with that, because you could just have anyone buy into this. You don't need a certain amount of money. You can spend $1,000 and own some property. So you could say, I own this house even though you only paid $1,000. So that's cool. There's also transparency is another advantage, because everything's on the blockchain. So it's a distributed public ledger. So you can track the ownership through time. You can understand exactly what you're going to be earning, right? Because you can see what others have earned, and so it's all transparent, and you can easily make better decisions on whether you want to buy into this property or not. So that transparency is a big advantage.